Both the Washington Post and the Los Angeles Times wrote lengthy pieces in regard to Trump's bitterness in response to a number of things, but mainly the midterm elections. Now, that bitterness was on full display during his press conference following the midterm elections. That was the press conference that led to Jim Acosta's press credentials getting revoked. But there are other things that have happened that maybe you don't know about. So apparently the president reprimanded the prime minister, Theresa May, about trade, Iran, and even Brexit. The president has been in a furious mood since last week's election results, and that's according to multiple reports, with the Democratic victories allied to rumors of fresh indictments by special counsel Robert Mueller, pushing Trump into a cocoon of bitterness and resentment. Fascinating. Okay, so Theresa May actually hit Trump up to congratulate him on the midterms. So the call was meant to be friendly, and Trump, according to reports, lost it and started attacking her, and did so in regard to Iran, Brexit, and trade. Also, Donald Trump berated her during his call while he was on Air Force One. And again, this was after the British Prime Minister called to congratulate him. One of his staffers told the LA Times he's furious. Most staffers are trying to avoid him out of fears that he might just randomly fire people because he's in a bad mood. And he has canceled a number of events. So he had a number of things scheduled that he decided to not do, and it's being blamed on his bitter mood.
That's when he was avoiding the rain, right? He thinks he's gonna melt like the Wicked Witch of the West.
I think honestly the rain thing, hairspray won't save you from rain. It might save you from wind, although in one situation it didn't save him. But there's no, keeping that weird hair concoction thing in place in the rain. I think that's what it was really about, to be honest with you, but who knows?
How long does he think that this facade of being a president, that he would be able to keep this going? You know what I mean? You can see through him. And when people say, oh, he's revolutionary because he doesn't tolerate anything and he just speaks his mind, there's not much on his mind, because the stuff that he says sometimes, I've watched so many videos of Trump contradicting himself. Like he said this, and then he said this, and then he said this, and then he said this, and he said this, and then he said he didn't say it. It's like he has to be deteriorating from within because this is too much for him. He didn't sign up for this.
I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion, but I do think he has dementia. And there's something really frightening about people being attracted to and celebrating what this person says if they have a mental health issue that they're dealing with, and even more scary that they take it as prophecy.
And also going back to what you just said, Aida, about one of the qualities that Trump supporters like to cite is that he says what's on his mind at all times. He shoots from the hip. We all know that, we've seen it. But I would argue, and I know this from personal experience, from personal growth, and just maturing, I hope, over the last 2 years. I think that there's a lot more power and strength in taking a moment to really think about what you're feeling and why it is you feel that way before reacting.
Oh yeah.
Because anyone, when you really think about it, the most tempting thing to do is to have a knee-jerk reaction. Right? And I know that because I would have knee-jerk reactions all the time, and I'm still guilty of doing that, to be fair. I'm not perfect, but I realize that, hey, there's a lot more strength in avoiding having those reactions and thinking about something, being analytical about whatever situation it is that you're confronted with, and then reacting.
Well, which is why I'm concerned about the health issue, because it is an ego unmasked. There is no mediation, there's no consideration, there's not a second thought of mindfulness about what is going to happen when I say something. And not that he's ever been that thoughtful, but if you look at earlier tapes of 45 of Trump, before he was running for president, he did have a modicum of coherency that is totally absent in this moment.
Yeah, and look, you're not the only person who said that. There are mental health professionals who have gone on the record and speculated about his mental health. I feel uncomfortable talking about that just because I'm not an expert and I don't know.
That's fair. That's a very fair analysis, and I do feel like that's not the best thing to offer when I don't have any sort of access or training around that.
The TYT Plus app is now available on iOS and Android. Download to get more TYT content at tyt.com/app.